Yahoo and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara and today I'm going to introduce a new series on my channel which is going to be called Let's Taste Japan, where I would like to eat basically Japanese food, snacks. So if that sounds interesting, keep watching. As I said in the intro of this video, today we are going to taste Japan, which basically means that I'm going to taste different Japanese food, sometimes snacks, maybe sometimes even drinks, and today we are going to taste cup ramen. As you might have seen in my previous video where I showed my sakura and I did a little unboxing, my friend Momoko sent me this pack of mini cup ramen a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, so I didn't want to just devour them and eat them by myself, but I thought this could be a nice introduction to everybody who hasn't been to Japan and would like to know what kind of different food, snacks and drinks maybe there are in Japan. And since I have a lot of them and always receive some packages from Japan, I thought it would be nice to taste them with you. Like I said, today we are going to taste not all, but maybe one or two of those tiny mini cup ramen by Nissin. So let's get into it. As you can see in this set, in this bag, there came 3 cup ramen and the traditional cup ramen by Nissin. This one is actually the original. It's quite easy to tell because it has the red packaging, and we also got the curry version, which of course I have tried both of them and they are pretty good, so I know what they taste like. On the other hand, we have this one, which is a chicken or rather egg cup ramen, which I love. I have the instant ramen, the normal one, which doesn't come in a cup like this, but comes in a normal plastic packaging, and I've tried this one as well. I love it very much, and yeah, maybe we are going to try this one. The next one in this set is this kitsune udon, which is also delicious. I've tried it before. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like it. And last but not least is this one, which I love very much. I always buy the big size of cup ramen basically. This one is not ramen as well because it's soba, which you can read down here. It's the hiragana for soba, so pretty easy to tell apart. This one has in green the udon on it, so you can tell them apart. You know that this is soba, you know that this is udon. Different type of noodles, and I wanted to show you a different brand which also produces this type of soba. Let me get back in a second. I'm back. This one is from a different brand called Maruchan, which also is a brand that I like quite a lot because they have great miso paste. They have this particular soba, instant soba, which I also love. It's basically the same, almost the same. It's just different brands. This one is from Nissin, this one is from Maruchan. It doesn't matter which one you try. I like both of them, but the Nissin one is actually quite difficult to get here in Germany. So I always buy the Maruchan because we can get this quite easily, I would say, but it is quite expensive here in Germany, so I don't get it that often. But every time that I'm low on my favorite snacks or food, I like to stock up a little bit or like to treat myself to 1 or 2 cups of those because I like them a lot and they remind me of Japan, and every time that I miss Japan I just eat one of those. In Japan those would be like I think 100 to 150 yen, I guess, which is a big difference because 100 yen is less than €1 compared to buying it for like 3.50, 3.90, €4. You know, anyways, I would actually like to get into eating those, not all of them of course, because it's a Saturday, I haven't eaten breakfast, I haven't eaten lunch yet, it's past noon, you know, so I would like to eat something, and I'm actually thinking, what should I eat? Because this is, like I said, one of my favorites, so I would like to save this one. I do have quite a few of those normal like packages with this ramen. So I think I'm going to eat this one, and the other ones I'm going to put aside for now. I think maybe later on I will also eat this one, the regular Nissin cup ramen, but the other ones I'm going to save for another day. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm back. I put some water in those and let them sit for 3 minutes, like it says on the packaging. If you don't know the kanji for minutes, then I can help you out. But first of all, I would like to talk about the different types of chopsticks that I actually own and what I use for what kind of food. First of all, I have the reusable wooden chopsticks, which are quite nice to eat ramen and udon with because they have ridges here, so it's easier to grab like slippery noodles and stuff like that. I also have plastic chopsticks from Tokyo Hands. I bought them a while ago. I always restock on those because they are really nice, they are good quality and not that expensive. You can wash them in the washing machine, which you can't really do with the wooden ones. I usually don't use them for like ramen and stuff like that because they are like very, I mean, they have some texture at the front, but still the noodles slip off pretty easily. I also have chopsticks that are looking like metal, but they are not. I would say it's a coating on the outside. On the inside, they are probably plastic because they are very lightweight, which I like to use when I eat kimchi or stuff like that, like the Korean cabbage spicy dish, kimchi, and other Korean foods because they don't soak in like the smell, the strong smell of like garlic. And I also, of course, have, I mean, not of course, but I got those metal chopsticks. Those are traditional Korean chopsticks, which are great if you would like to eat like Korean dishes. They are actually quite thin, and the downside with those, if you eat hot food and you dip your chopsticks in, you can actually burn yourself, so be careful. So I usually eat kimchi with those, like cold foods and stuff like that, because yeah, I don't like to burn myself. So now let's get into eating those gems because I'm very excited, I'm very hungry. Please be careful not to burn yourself because of course we put hot water in there and we don't want to burn ourselves. So, itadakimasu! Oishi. If you haven't been to Japan or if you don't know much about Japan, itadakimasu is what you say before starting to eat. It's just a polite way to respect the food and in a restaurant, the person who made the food. So, itadakimasu, itadakimasu. Very easy, I think quite easy to remember. Please use itadakimasu before you eat something. It is quite difficult to explain to you what this tastes like. If you've ever eaten ramen, then you probably know the taste of the noodle. Mine are quite soft right now because I let them, sit there for longer than 3 minutes because I recorded some, extra footage and stuff like that, so you can see close-ups of what everything looks like. You should eat them immediately so that they have the perfect consistency, but for me it's okay, I don't mind. The egg, actually, let me taste. It actually does taste like egg, kind of. It has some taste of egg, but you can tell that it's probably not really egg, something artificial, but yeah, it's okay. Usually when I make the instant version, the instant ramen version of this, I put real egg in there so that it actually tastes like chicken ramen, like egg ramen. I don't know what else I can explain how this tastes. The soup is not strong, it's just like the, for me, perfect amount of flavor. So, itadakimasu. Very nice. If you've been wondering, slurping is actually okay in Japan. It's kind of mandatory because that's another way to appreciate the food and to let the chef know that you appreciate the food. So, and a nice side effect is that the hot ramen and the soup kind of cool down when you slurp it. Oishi. Oishi is a way to express that you enjoy the food. It means delicious. You can also say umai, or, you know, when you see food and you think it looks delicious, you can say umaso or oishiso. Hi guys, post-production Mara here. I just wanted to hop on quickly to explain to you that in the next couple of seconds I'm going on about that oishi is the Kanto way of saying that something is delicious and umai is the Kansai way of saying something is delicious, which is not 100% true. I have a lot of male friends, a lot of people from Kansai that I'm in touch with, so sometimes I learn boyish ways of saying things. What that means is that saying umai as a girl to express that something is delicious is pretty unconventional because it's usually a boyish way of saying that. Guys use umai a lot, as far as I know. So, of course, umai can be used to express that something is delicious, but it can also be used to express that you are good at something. Basically, if someone says to me, Nihongo jouzu desu ne, that means that my Japanese is good or that they think my Japanese is good. But they could also say, Nihongo umai desu ne, which is basically the same translation, but you can use different words to say that. What I wanted to express is, please don't take my word for anything that I'm saying here. I'm just a conversational learner of Japanese through my friends and through my boyfriend. I don't teach Japanese, so I can't tell you 100% that everything that I'm saying is correct, so please keep that in mind for the future. Since I spend a lot of time in Kansai, I usually, beside this video, just go like, ah, umaso! Umai! You know? And also, if you want to, like, sound it more strong, like you're really passionate about, you can say, umai yo! Umai yo! And for me, it's kind of a play on words because, like, mayo, the Japanese mayo, and then umai, I like to switch it, like to say umai yo! That's just how my brain works. I love Japanese mayo, especially Kewpie, so every time I say umai yo, it kind of like triggers my brain to laugh, so it's just my kind of humor, I would say. I'm not quite full, so it's good that I have a second one. Actually, let's get into the second one before it gets cold. It's kind of similar to the blue one that we have here in Germany because it also has like shrimp and stuff in it, but it does taste different. Like I said before, you have like small like meat pieces inside and egg pieces, or at least things that are supposed to be meat and egg pieces. So, and also the noodles were in there for quite a while now. So first off, let's taste the egg. It's very sweet, but it's not really egg tasty, I would say. Doesn't really taste like egg. The shrimp, on the other hand, It does taste like shrimp. So, and those small kind of meatballs. Usually, I kind of stay away from eating meat because I don't really need meat to be happy and to like enjoy my food. I kind of, because of friends of mine, Robert and Gina, I started to eat substitutes to like meat products and stuff like that. I usually now drink oat milk instead of real milk. But let's taste the noodles. Those are actually quite like, I do remember this taste, this flavor well, because it's really like the original Nissin noodle taste. Now let's taste the soup. Oh, the soup is really like the original flavor. When you eat the cup ramen here in Germany, it does taste pretty strong. This one does not taste that strong, which I kind of like and prefer, because the original, like the blue one here in Germany, it's really strong. The soup flavor is really strong, really, it kind of like goes into like a salty kind of flavor. So I prefer this one very much. And one advice, if you go to Japan or to a Japanese restaurant and you eat ramen and your nose gets kind of runny because of the hot food and the soup and stuff like that, do not, I repeat, do not blow your nose at the table. I think the maximum that you could do is like get a tissue and just like pat the liquid away. But in general, you should just like get through it and not blow your nose, of course, because that's very rude. But yeah, that's just a small advice from me. I enjoy this one very much. It kind of brings back memories for me. And I mean, if you eat the sweet so-called egg together with the ramen, it's actually not that sweet anymore. So it kind of complements each other quite well. I think it's the so-called like meatballs are not really necessary for me. Oh, the sauce is really good. The soup, not the sauce. I very much enjoyed this one. Because like the original Japanese one I haven't had in quite a while. It's really good. It's kind of funny because it's mostly like chemicals, I would say. It's not nutritious for you. But on the other hand, it's sometimes nice, I think, to eat this kind of stuff, at least for me. It's not skashi, which basically means it's nostalgic for me. So this one is empty now. Let's finish the other one. And I have to say, after those two, I'm quite full. Like I said, I haven't eaten breakfast and nothing. If I compare this one to the other one, they're both nice, but I would say I prefer the original one. This one is pretty chicken stocky, but I mean it's good as well. Whew, good to summer days. Yeah, but like reading the ingredients and stuff like that, it's very interesting because if you look at the side here, there are ingredients written on there. Some of them are like marked red and some are left white. The white ones are actually not really in here. I think it's just easier for them to like label things and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Also, Japan is quite good with writing down calories and stuff like that. This one has 177 calories. The other one, wow. The other one has 163 calories for this one, because the soup has 8 calories and the kayaku, which has 155. So in total, this one has 163. And this one, yeah, it has a total of 177 calories. Well, I guess I'm not going to eat anything anymore today because that was quite a lot of calories. But never mind. Like I said, I enjoyed both of these. I definitely would recommend the original cup Nissin, like cup noodle, Nissin ramen, whatever, to you if you don't mind eating like shrimp stuff and egg-like things and meatball kind of things. For me, like I said, I enjoy ramen, I enjoy soba, I enjoy udon. So out of those three, probably the udon is my least favorite. I think it's about the texture and the width of the noodles because they are quite thick. And I don't know, this texture kind of like, if I eat too much of it, it kind of like makes me feel gross. I don't know. So I really love ramen. I love soba. I love somen as well. Somen is basically a very thin noodle that is eaten in the summer times, mostly cold. Soba can also be eaten cold. And I love those, so you can check out recipes and stuff like that for soba and somen for the summertime. Very refreshing, still filling, and it's a very nice dish, I would say. And yeah, I'm quite stuffed, I have to say. So I hope you like this little introduction to my new series, Let's Taste Japan. If you have any recommendations or any things that you would like me to try, please leave a comment below and tell me how you enjoyed this video. I hope it was okay. I hope I wasn't all over the place. I will have videos on Japanese snacks as well, like I said in the beginning. One of my next videos will probably be about Japanese Kit Kats. Because if you don't know, Japan has a wide range of Kit Kat flavors. They come out with new flavors every year, sometimes specific flavors for a specific region in Japan. So that's quite interesting. Of course, I haven't tried everything yet because how could you? But I have some things to share with you. So in my next video, I will definitely eat the different Kit Kat flavors that I own. And in one of my other videos, I will show to you my different umaibos, because umaibo is also a Japanese snack which is super cheap in Japan, and I have quite a wide range of flavors, so I would like to share that with you. If you enjoyed this video, like and share this video, leave a comment below like I said before, and for today I guess that's it. Have a wonderful day, and until my next video, bye bye!